Hi everyone, you're on Mobi's channel and I'm glad to see you on my channel again. In this video I will tell you the whole story of Dark SPEAKERMAN. Yes, this is the character who died at the end of the 70th episode of SKIBIDI Toilet. But his death was truly heroic. And if SPEAKERMAN says Valhalla, then he has definitely entered this world. After all, he fought as a real Viking. He was never afraid to come to the rescue and save his comrades. But even heroes like Dark SPEAKERMAN has a dark side. So be sure to put a like and subscribe to the channel. Let's get 500,000 subscribers on the channel and then, in general, first dial, and then I will tell you what I have prepared for you. Anyway, enjoy the show. Many people assume that the story of this legendary character begins with episode 63. Let me remind you that in this episode, a squad of agents began to approach the secret base SKIBIDI Toilet. They just picked up the trail and the alliance of agents was so obsessed with finding this lair of villains that they went straight through and did not stop at anything. The opponents were also not inferior in the battle. They were always one step ahead and always ahead of the agents in their arms race, and the 63rd episode was no exception. Because the opponents showed the alliance of agents their first SKIBIDI samurai. He did not have any machine gun, laser or pistol. This opponent fought exclusively using only his sharp limbs, and when this Eastern SKIBIDI warrior wanted to attack the POV operator, he was stopped by a paralyzing beam and then he appeared. Like a hunter out on the hunt, the alpha male among the race of SPEAKERMANs. This is the Dark SPEAKERMAN. But has he always been like this? And what if he wasn't? After all, his first appearance really didn't happen in episode 63. Let's rewind back a few dozen episodes. There's enough here. Agents cameramen lose badly in battle. Toilets are not afraid of them, because they are much more numerous. Opponents literally eat cameramen, because they feel that they are winning. Suddenly they come to the rescue, Agent SPEAKERMAN. They appeared like a ray of light in a cloudy, overcast sky. They came in peace and give a helping hand not only to POV cameraman, but also to the whole alliance. Now the alliance has new allies, with strong new abilities. These agents also like to dance and look who it is. That's right, it's Dark SPEAKERMAN. But why does it look different? And I have an answer to that question. You see, the SKIBIDI Toilet universe has some connection to the Marvel movies. For example, Plungerman is a clear reference to Iron Man and of course Wolverine. Otherwise how else to explain his claws? And who is Dark SPEAKERMAN from the Marvel universe? I think DaFuq was inspired by Captain America when creating this character and it all fits together. Look at Dark SPEAKERMAN here and look at him here. There's a lot of differences and I don't think it takes one upgrade to go from this Juga Juga dancer to this machine for destroying SKIBIDI toilets and conquering women's mechanical hearts, and not just hearts. I think the Alliance was testing a super agent serum, just like the military in the Marvel universe tested the super soldier serum on Steve Rogers. The same thing happened to the Dark SPEAKERMAN and that's why he became much bigger, stronger and faster than normal agents. But where was this agent the rest of the time? I think that he had a separate secret mission, and I also assume that Mr. Boom in the future will be able to release separate episodes on some significant and special agents of the series SKIBIDI Toilet, and if you really want it, then write about it in the comments to Mr. Boom. Write that you want to see separate episodes about the characters, and if there are a lot of comments and wishes then I think that DaFuq will do it for us. And if you want to see more of these videos, then be sure to let me know in the comments and I'll do them more often. So, here we go. Now that we've established how the Dark SPEAKERMAN became such an alpha male, we're going to move on to his story, starting with episode 63. As I said, this eagle appeared in the episode in a very epic way. He slowly walked closer to the enemy, and then using his jetpack he swooped down like a bird of prey on a small mouse in a field and eliminated the SKIBIDI samurai. I wonder what would have happened if this opponent had not been paralyzed by the cameraman's laser. What an epic fight that would have been. Can you imagine? If I'm being watched right now by talented animators who make episodes of What If, here's an idea. Make an animation of a Dark SPEAKERMAN fighting a SKIBIDI samurai. I'm insanely excited to watch this epic battle. After all, Dark SPEAKERMAN is not only Captain America, but also Deadpool. You have to agree that they're a little bit alike. Next, if we go by the plot, Dark SPEAKERMAN had a little selfish character, because he did not give a helping hand to POV cameraman, but on the other hand he could easily stand up himself. Next, Dark SPEAKERMAN faced the big SKIBIDI hybrid, and I'm sure if Plungerman hadn't appeared in this episode, the alpha male Deadpool speaker would have been able to overpower them. And it was in episode 63 that Dark Speakerman and Plungerman met, and that was the beginning of their lifelong friendship. The next appearance of Dark Speakerman was in episode 66. In this episode he had already fought and was familiar with the special squad, because his appearance and special abilities allowed him to join this Avengers squad of the SKIBIDI toilet universe. He actively participated in the destruction of the camouflage SKIBIDI soldier, and also as a ninja appeared at a certain point, and of course made a GigaChad handshot with Plungerman. But they were separated by the enemies. Yes, they could hardly handle such a big army of enemies, so TV Man's agents came in time and managed to save most of the agents, and thanks to them our Dark Alpha Male was able to visit the secret place of TV Man's agents. And as you know, not everyone is allowed in, but he stayed there not long, sure that TV Man scientist told them his plan, thanks to which they adhered. Also, aren't you wondering where the TV Man scientist went after episode 66? I think that since we were recently shown brand new characters from the SKIBIDI toilet universe in an extra scene for episode 70, we may learn a little more about this character, but this is also just my theory. Returning to the main character of this video, I will say that in a visit to TV Man's our GigaChad did not stay long, and already in 67 episode was inside a secret bunker together with cameraman twins, a small group of agents Speakermans, Lucky Cameraman and of course Plungerman. And in this bunker a lot of events happened with this character. At first everything was fine, because the squad was advancing and destroying all possible opponents on its way, but then when Dark Speakerman saw how the big agent cameraman dies, I think at that moment he felt a little fear, because even if such strong allies are dying here, what will happen to him? Or at that moment he felt a strong sadness because such bravi, trained agents are dying. Leave a like if you also felt sorry for this character at this point in the show. Next, Dark Speakerman and Plungerman successfully dealt with the wave of opponents. It was not difficult for them, but they became even more convinced that SKIBIDI toilets are very bad creatures. They were also able to successfully repel and defeat the SKIBIDI Terminator, although it was a pretty serious opponent that they had never faced before, but then they met an even crazier opponent. It was SKIBIDI Michael Jackson. He destroyed a large number of agents who were in the secret bunker, and it was because of him that Dark Speakerman and Plungerman had a fight. Speakerman only wanted to protect the remaining squad alive, and that's why he closed the door in front of the cameraman twins. But based on my previous videos you know that they also deliberately faked their deaths, as the twins were on a secret agent's mission. And even though the Dark Speakerman took a small amount of punches from his best friend, he thought he deserved it, and there is no excuse for his actions. Next, our main character of this video tried in every way to prove that he is a good agent. He values every agent and wants them to stay alive. That's why he rescued agents several times, and also tried to help Plungermans in certain moments, but he refused his help. And yet in the series came the very moment when Dark Speakerman saved the life of his best friend, despite the fact that in that battle he himself could not survive. But together they defeated this dangerous SKIBIDI scout, who used technology agents TV Man's. And finally the final battle with the scientist. Dark Speakerman, even when he lost his legs, still continued the fight and helped Plungerman. And even when death was inevitable, our alpha male sent the scientist's SKIBIDI to fuck off. And then when the battle was over and the scientist was defeated, our GigaChads shook hands one last time. At that moment all their quarrels and disagreements ceased, for the enemy was defeated and all that had gone before was no longer important. Pressa for Dark Speakerman. We will never forget you.